You desire more joy, more pleasure, more satisfaction, and to feel this ecstasy inside of your body. So what might get in the way of that? What stops, blocks, restricts, or limits you from feeling joy, pleasure, and satisfaction inside of your body in everyday moments? Today we're going to explore the topic of shame and how it can hide inside of your body, manifest in some unexpected ways, and we're going to explore the healing journey of that. And I'm going to share some personal stories that I don't think I've ever actually shared before, and we're going to dive into how transforming shame and healing the relationship that you have with your body allows you to be not just comfortable inside of your body, but to expand the joy, pleasure, and satisfaction you can feel in everyday life. Welcome to Kristin's Quantum Catalyzers, where we explore body, mind, and soul to activate the infinite love of who you truly are. Here, we play with neuroscience and consciousness to explore and expand inner realities in transcendent ways and experience heaven on earth through the magic of our own divine soul essence. This healing journey of inner work gets to be fun, provide accelerated results of lasting transformation, and be so enjoyable that you look forward to showing up for it and reaping the rewards of how you consciously direct your inner energy through love and presence. I'm your host, Kristin Windsor, teacher, guide, mentor, and speaker, here to help unify body, mind, soul using neuroscience, consciousness, and infinite love. Thank you for joining Kristin's Quantum Catalyzers. So first, let's learn how to recognize shame so that we really know what we're dealing with here, what we're talking about, because shame in itself is pretty hard to identify. It's pretty hard to describe. It's pretty hard to understand. And if we can't really pinpoint the experience of it or the reason for it, then it's really difficult to heal. So 15 signs that you're experiencing shame in everyday life, and this might be restricting your pleasure, enjoyment, or satisfaction of being in your body, okay? A sense of unexplained embarrassment, feeling insecure, nervous, or wanting to hide or not be seen. An inability to receive gifts, compliments, or kindness. Blockages to emotional or physical intimacy. Struggling to feel connected with yourself or with others. Feeling unworthy of receiving life's goodness. Feeling uncomfortable to take up space or be yourself. Unhealthy habits that provide escape from your body. Difficulty sustaining healthy habits to enjoy caring for your body. An inability to enjoy simple pleasures while being fully present inside of your body. And this includes, eating healthy food, enjoying fun forms of exercise, expressing your voice when you're speaking or talking, enjoying listening to music while you're fully grounded in the present moment, being in total flow while expressing your creativity, etc. Other signs that shame might be showing up in your experience and restricting the enjoyment of life by being in your body includes feeling unpleasant sensations in your body but not knowing why, an unexplainable discomfort in your body where it's not necessarily pain, but there's some kind of sensation where you're like, this is uncomfortable. I don't like being in my body while I feel this. I don't enjoy experiencing life or this moment or my body because of this sensation. And it's not quite pain, but it's really uncomfortable and it might be hard to describe. Nervous laughter is another one. When there's nervous laughter, it is a sign or a symptom or a clue that there's a deeper layer of shame in the body where it's holding on to this energy that is blocking your enjoyment of life. Dissociating from your body, struggling to be present with your body, not knowing how to attune with your body's sensations. not knowing how to respond or connect with your own inner needs, feeling lethargy, apathy, sadness, grief, despair, hopelessness, or depression, or not having energy inside of your body to positively engage with life. Those are about 15-ish different clues, signs, or symptoms that shame is showing up in your life, but it might not be linked to that word. You might experience any or all of the things I just described, but there's not an association or an affiliation or connection to understand that there's a deeper underlying sensation of shame that might be at the root of it. I'm going to share a very personal, vulnerable story, and then we'll explore what it takes to heal shame, what that process looks like, how do you take those clues of what I just described that you might be experiencing and go through some magical journey of inner work and then magically come out the other side and you feel enjoyment, pleasure, ecstasy, satisfaction inside of your body. You're fully grounded and present in your body. You're easily able to receive the goodness of life. You know your worth. You're able to stand in the embodiment of your authentic self, and you get to expand happiness, joy, pleasure, satisfaction, ecstasy, all the goodness of life as you are fully grounded and present in the feeling of your body. We can talk concepts all day, but it is helpful, I believe, to hear a personal story and to understand how these ideas can actually show up in a personal experience and how there can be great depths of darkness and struggle and challenge and dis-ease and disconnection, and the journey of actually transforming the root cause of it to achieve 100% divine liberation so that you can know the fullness of your own true self and of the beauty of life. So my past self, trigger warning, because we are going to get into some intensive healing topics, my past version of self went through a lot of trauma, including a lot of sexual trauma. And this began from an early age with sexual abuse at age 4, very intensive, gnarly, worst of the worst that could ever possibly be fathomed or imagined, happened at age 4. And then there was other traumas throughout life, including sexual assaults that happened multiple times during adulthood. During the process of inner self-healing, my past self went through years where the body was reliving those sexual traumas. And in order to create healing transformation at the root cause, my past self needed to sustain conscious presence and lucid awareness through the depths of that reliving in order to transform it. And so for several years, my past self was mindfully present and lucidly aware of how her body was reliving the sexual trauma that was stuck in these fragments of unprocessed experiences and being activated throughout everyday life. Needless to say, there was a lot of shame with that, a lot of shame in the body memories that were holding on to those traumas, a lot of shame and embarrassment and dissociation and being disconnected and not attuned with all the stuff in the body. Along with complex PTSD, my past self struggled with hundreds of debilitating health challenges, and not being able to function in everyday life for many, many years to a severe degree created a lot of shame inside of the body. The slightest sounds or sights or shift of stimulus could trigger the most severe stress response, where my past self would be running down the street to go curl up and hide under a tree. It was gnarly and intense for years and years. And it created a lot of shame in the body, a lot of feelings of unworthiness and embarrassment, and there was constant dissociation. So there was already this severe disconnect. There was a complete mind-body disconnect, and that just perpetuated this struggle of feeling enjoyment in the body. There was no enjoyment. There was no capacity to enjoy being inside of the body. There was no pleasure or satisfaction in existing inside of the body. And there was chronic dissociative age regression, where the body reverted to the activity of a young child while healing this suppressed childhood trauma. And that created a lot of shame. That created a lot of embarrassment and disconnection and dissociation and feelings of unworthiness and shame that could be described in different ways. Because the voice, the brain, the body, the perception of reality, even the vocal vibrations reverted to being 4 years old. And my past self knew that she had to be present unconditionally with unconditional love to create healing. And so she established this presence with it and allowed everything that was coming up. She was present with the awareness of the mind-body disconnect. She was present in the awareness of this dissociative age regression. She was present in this awareness of reliving this horrific sexual trauma again and again and again, every single day for weeks, months, and years. She was present with all of the intensities of her inner battles and health challenges, and she knew that by being present and sustaining awareness while all the unconscious shadows were surfacing, she was in the journey of reclaiming her power. And she successfully healed all of that on her own, independent of external guidance or assistance, in less than 3 years. She healed the mind-body disconnect. She healed the dissociative age regression. She transmuted all of the traumas and all of the body memories from all the sexual abuse and all of the different assaults and all of the things that had happened from 20 years, all of the hundreds of debilitating health challenges. She independently resolved all of them in less than 3 years through a method she developed from scratch, which is what I now lead my one-on-one clients through. And coming out the other side, my past self couldn't remember any of her life. She couldn't remember those years of healing. She couldn't remember any of adulthood. Like, the health issues were resolved, but she had no memory of her entire life. She had no understanding of her identity because she didn't know how to associate with herself. And that began a whole new journey. And there was so much shame. It was really uncomfortable to be in a body that I couldn't recognize was my own. It was really embarrassing and shameful to be inside of a me that I didn't even know anything about. There was so much shame. There was so much embarrassment in existing when I didn't know what had been happening in the years before. I didn't know what led me to exist here now. I still struggle to piece together the dots sometimes. I had no memory of ever going to a store or going out with a friend. I had no friends when coming out the other side of the amnesia, and I had no memory of ever going out with a friend, going out to get coffee with someone, going out to a park to play, to do anything. There was no memories of being me. There was no memories of existing as a person on planet Earth. And there was a lot of shame in that. There was a lot of shame showing up and a lot of disconnection from my own existence. And that made it very difficult to enjoy life. That made it very difficult to enjoy being in my body. That made it very difficult to enjoy life, to feel pleasure and satisfaction. And because my past self couldn't remember anything that had happened, she had no memory of the modalities she had used to heal. And she was starting from scratch, even learning how to heal herself. And yet she healed all of that, again, through the same process that she miraculously redeveloped, recreated from scratch in 3 years, less than 3 years. And now I love who I see in the mirror. I can remember most of my life. I can remember details from every year from the past many decades of my existence. I know who I am, mostly-ish. I learned how to associate with my face, my voice, my body, my name, my existence, and I redeveloped my identity to become more of my true self than I've ever known, to feel more like myself than I've ever known. And I now experience greater pleasure, enjoyment, satisfaction, and ecstasy inside of my body in healthy ways, in deeper grounded presence than I have ever known in my entire life. And at this point, I can't even imagine it being otherwise because I've gone so deep in my inner work, in my inner journey through the modality I developed from scratch, which is the journey I now lead my one-on-one clients through. And I was able to transform the greatest depths of everything existing in my brain, body, and subconscious. All the lingering impacts from all of the years of trauma, all of the years of the disabling health conditions that resulted from all the years of trauma, and all the years of really gnarly healing. And that included integrating many years where my brain and body were not able to create any new personal memories. The fact that I just shared this personal story with you has actually been a huge breakthrough in my journey because there were no personal autobiographical memories. There were no personal details of anything experienced for many, many years. And that was before not being able to remember my entire life. So it's been quite a journey of healing really deep, intensive traumas, really deep, intensive health challenges associated with that, and really deep repercussions from the healing, from the traumas. And in that, there was a lot of shame. There was a lot of disconnection from the self, a lot of dissociation from the body, a lot of confusion about identity in terms of worthiness and feeling connected with the energy of enjoyment, pleasure, and satisfaction. When you're healing from that stuff, you have to relearn what enjoyment feels like. You have to relearn what pleasure feels like because your body doesn't have a way to instinctively navigate it. It's unknown. It's unfamiliar. I've never been able to enjoy the taste of food. Like there was years where my past self literally couldn't taste food because of how disconnected everything was. The mind, the body disconnected, the dissociation, the trauma reliving. You couldn't be present with the taste of food. And so my past self had to relearn how to enjoy the taste of food. My past self had to relearn how to enjoy exercise and being in your body as you're moving. You have to relearn healthy pleasure. And then it goes deeper and much more intimate, relearning healthy sexual pleasure, reconnecting with your body's capacity to feel healthy forms of sexual pleasure. My past self, before all the inner work and the healing, had really promiscuous sexual tendencies. And when she would have sexual encounters with other people, it was a coping mechanism for her body unconsciously reliving all this past sexual abuse. And so it was never a healthy pleasure. It was always half reliving the sexual trauma and half feeling pleasure in the moment so the pleasure could help her cope with the reliving of all the trauma. But that was unconscious and not known about at the time. And so relearning to have a healthy connection with your own sexuality and your body's capacity and desire to feel pleasure in all forms, all varieties. I share this with you because I want you to know that I understand. I know it can be really difficult when you hear people being like, yeah, enjoy being in your body when they've literally always felt enjoyment in their body. And it's like, well, duh, of course, you've never had contrast. You've never known the dramatic opposite of not being able to experience that. And I personally have a hard time learning from those types of people because I'm just like, you don't know. You don't know the polar opposite. So I can't believe how you teach about the pretty shiny stuff, right? And so I want you to know that I get it. I understand what it's like to be in the depths of the darkness, to be in complete disconnection from your capacity to enjoy life, to be completely disconnected from your body, to be in the depths of the shadows that are blocking your capacity to enjoy life, etc., etc. And I want you to know the transformation that's possible. Okay, my past self had zero guidance or support or assistance from anything outside of her and was able to completely resolve the underlying cause of all the issues in less than 3 years. And so she can achieve that where there was hundreds of debilitating health challenges from 20 years of trauma, doing it on her own in less than 3 years through a modality she developed from scratch. I want you to know what's possible for you. If you have fewer than 200 health challenges and you do receive guidance and support from someone who knows how to lead you to the other side, someone like me, you can find out more about my one-on-one mentorship in the show notes. You can achieve massive transformation in a matter of weeks and months. It doesn't have to take years. It doesn't have to be impossible. It doesn't have to be out of reach. And it can be easy. It can be enjoyable. And I want you to know that there is a roadmap to get you from where you are to where you want to be. So I share this with you so you know that I've been there. I've been to the depths of darkness. I've been to the greatest depths of impossibility beyond anything words can describe. My past self went through 2-month-long dissociative blackouts of reliving the worst traumas and being in constant stress responses with the total mind-body disconnect and dissociating to all these different states of self and like all these things, right? Like, I know what it's like. And I want you to know the transformation that's possible, that you can achieve 100% healing resolution of any disruption of well-being and continuously expand into ever-increasing joy, bliss, pleasure, ecstasy, satisfaction, fulfillment, freedom, the beautiful magic of evolving through the miracle of your existence. And I want you to know there is a roadmap to get you from where you are to where you want to be, that there is a way to use things that you're going through to catapult you and quantum catalyze your expansion, and not just experience healing, but to expand beyond your wildest dreams. So what does it take to get there? Keep in mind that there are trillions of networks in your brain, body, and subconscious with quadrillions of connections in your brain. So there's a lot of energy inside of you. There's a lot of miracles happening inside of you. And as much as I love simplifying concepts, I never want to underestimate the magnificence and the complexity of who you are and how you're experiencing the who that you are in the miracle of life. That being said, we can explore 3 specific things that need to be healed or transformed in order to create the changes that you're desiring. The first is to process unconscious memories in your body, holding on to energies from the past or fragments of unprocessed past experiences. And in order to do this, you never need to look at the past. You never need to go digging around into the details of past experiences. You never need to work with specific memories through your conscious mind. No. Unconscious memories in your body are a whole different ballpark. They speak a completely different language, and the approach to heal and transform them is very different from rewriting some narrative from some past experience. And so the first key is transforming the unconscious memories inside of your body, which cannot be accessed through the conscious mind. They cannot be accessed by looking at the details of the past. They cannot be accessed through conscious memories that can be observed and described. And so they're tricky to work with, but I've developed a way to easily, effortlessly, effectively, efficiently, and enjoyably rewrite these unconscious memories inside of your body. And that's what allowed my past self to achieve such profound, mind-blowing miracles in her journey, resolving, again, hundreds of challenges, decades of trauma, less than 3 years, completely on her own. The second key is to shift how you associate with yourself, how you relate to yourself, how you connect with yourself. And this includes your identity, but a whole lot more in a very energetic and relational way. And so how do you associate with your face, your voice, your body, your sense of self, the energy of your essence, the who that you are? How do you relate with your own existence? How do you connect with all parts of you in body, mind, and soul? And so the second key to create this transformation is to develop a new way of relating with yourself, a new way of associating with yourself, a new way of connecting with yourself. The third key is to transform how your body navigates life. So now you have this expanded identity, the resolution of fragments from the past. Now you're teaching your body a new way to navigate life, a new way to think, a new way to feel, a new way to make choices, a new way to be present, a new way to experience your own existence. You're teaching your body new patterns to navigate life. And in order to do this, you get to reassociate with the love that you are and the love that you desire to experience. To overly simplify complex miracles, your body is always trying to navigate love. Your body is always trying to navigate the love that you desire to experience. Your body is always pointing its inner navigational compass towards, how do I experience more love? How do I experience more love? How do I experience more love? Or if love seems completely unavailable, how do I survive being disconnected from love? Okay. But your body wants to know love. And when you start to teach your body new patterns of navigating from love, everything can change. And so when you learn to fulfill your own inner relational needs, for example, when you hold space to see and love yourself, when you hold space to help all parts of you feel valued, wanted, respected, accepted, embraced, supported, safe, secure, provided for, connected with vulnerability and closeness, celebration, appreciation, direction, guidance, purpose, importance, belonging. You help all parts of you feel those needs met from inside of you, so independent of other people, circumstances, situations, and you create a feeling of unconditional love in your body in that process. That is a big part of teaching your body a new way to navigate life, because then your body is not unconsciously seeking the fulfillment of love externally in a fragmented way where there's parts of you over here and parts of you over there and parts of you over there, and all these different parts of you are focused on things outside of you in different ways, and it creates this scattering of energy. Instead of that, you bring it back in and you feel the love fulfilled from inside of you, all parts of you inwardly united, your body focused on its own internal connection through love and presence. Then there's more unity and connection and wholeness inside of you. And then there's more power to navigate life as you consciously choose. And as you repattern the body and its natural way to navigate life, the core component here is to work with the foundation rather than the surface clues. For example, if there's these patterns of thought and feeling, true change does not happen by working on those specific thoughts and feelings. Instead, you want to go deeper and notice the internal needs hiding beneath those thoughts and feelings, to notice the energy networks of the brain, body, and subconscious carrying patterns of navigation, ways of association, and different unconscious memories, and then to create the transformation from that foundation instead of working from the surface clues that result from it. And when you create change in the foundation, you change everything coming on top of it. So you can transform hundreds and thousands of thoughts and feelings by working from one foundation, instead of going thought by thought by thought, feeling by feeling by feeling by feeling, memory by memory by memory by memory. You work with one internal structure, which is the foundation of your body mind. And when you do this, you don't even need to look at the thoughts or the feelings. You're working with something deeper, and you get to change it indirectly at the root cause. And this is exactly what my modalities allow you to do. A very specific pathway that understands the neuroscience and cognitive neuropsychology of what develops the body-mind, how to work with its foundations, what is creating the way that these energy patterns are organized. And it is a simplified, easy, effortless journey. And you get to transform all the thoughts and all the feelings without directly working with any of them. And this again is how my past self was able to achieve so much, working with hundreds, hundreds of complex Health challenges hundreds of disruptions in mental, emotional, habitual, somatic well-being, hundreds of manifestations of challenges, hundreds and thousands of thoughts and feelings from all these different hundreds of past experiences, and through one process transformed all of it with ease and great acceleration, where she noticed shifts and changes hour by hour, day by day, week by week. And it was gradual to achieve 100% resolution of all of it, but she noticed these dramatic breakthroughs every time she showed up for these practices. So to create this deep healing transformation, you get to go on this beautiful, grand adventure to rewire the unconscious memories in your body carrying unprocessed fragments or sensations of past experiences, not ever needing to look back, only ever needing to look in. And to create a new way of associating, connecting, and relating with yourself, to shift your identity so you feel more love, wholeness, embodied self-worth, and empowered self-confidence at the core of your personal identity. And to reteach your body to navigate life from the love and the wholeness that you are. And with these 3 keys in mind, you can create deep transformation of shame or any of the related clues or surface symptoms that might arise from that deeper underlying causality. And from that foundational transformation, continue expanding so you feel ever increasing enjoyment, pleasure, satisfaction, and ecstasy in your everyday life, where it gets to feel good to be in your body. It gets to feel good to live in your body. It gets to feel good to be fully connected with the who that you are inside of the pleasure of being inside of your body. And if you are ready to take your journey to its next level, where you intimately get to know all aspects of your own true self deeper than ever before, understand the causality for any and every sensation of your personal experience, and create daily practices that nourish the love that you are while rewiring the root cause of any disruption of well-being. And then from this deep healing and restoration to continue expanding into ever-increasing presence, bliss, joy, worthiness, abundance, peace, power, freedom, confidence, ecstasy, fulfillment, expansion, and to fall more in love with the miracle of who you truly are, to elevate every area of life from the inside out. Through my multi-month one-on-one mentorship journey, we dive deep into these miracles, and I lead you through a journey with ease and enjoyment to create this deep transformation, to rewire those unconscious memories in your body without ever needing to look back at a single detail of past experience, to reassociate with all aspects of you in body, mind, soul from a place of unconditional love and deep self-connection, and to repattern how your body naturally navigates life so that you can feel your thoughts as a loving best friend in the luxurious mansion of your mind, to feel sensations of heaven on earth through the pure, joyous ecstasy of being fully in your body, and to know the true essence of your soul within this human experience. Through this one-on-one mentorship journey, I lead you through body, mind, soul treasure mapping, creatively colliding neuroscience and consciousness to intimately understand the root cause of any inner sensation that you experience in life and who your true identity really is as a divine soul essence having a human experience. And through these deep dive conversations and creating colorful illustrations to visually understand it and some practices and stuff, then I teach you a variety of personalized daily practices that can help you connect with unconditional love, rewire the root cause of any disruption of your inner realities, and expand everything you desire to experience in a way that creates sustainable change from the inside out. We dive deeper through guided mirror journeys, eye gazing in mirrors to intimately meet all aspects of you and unveil miracles of your body, mind, and soul beyond anything you could dream possible. These original techniques creatively collide a variety of ancient and modern modalities, from shamanic soul retrievals to brain spotting techniques, and so much more. And you get to learn new ways to navigate life while intimately connecting with all aspects of you, learning to work with the energy flow of body, mind, soul, and to understand how to navigate the miracle of you from a place of awakened awareness of your infinite consciousness, fully grounded in understanding the neurobiological structures, the neurocognitive psychology, the neuroscience of your day-to-day experiences. All of this applied in simple practices you can use while you're driving, while you're brushing your teeth, while you're unloading the dishwasher, and through deeper dive practices you can use when you have time to pour greater love into your being. You can find all the information in the show notes below. And after you reach out to me on Instagram or email, and we make sure that this is a really good fit for us to explore working together, I lead you through the intake process, which involves a real brief questionnaire just to get to know you and clarify your intentions for your inner journey. And then we jump on a free complimentary 30-minute video call, a miracle meeting, where we explore greater details about how this journey can serve and support you, be personalized to fulfill your intentions, and clarify the details of working intimately together one-on-one in a magnificent journey filled with magic and miracles. You can find all the information in the podcast show notes or the video description, and I'm so excited to connect with you and serve and support your great expansion of infinite love. In the meantime, explore the 15 clues that I described at the beginning of this podcast episode. You can hop back and re-listen to that. And notice, are you experiencing any of these things? And if so, how can you allow deeper connection with those parts of you, to be present with those sensations, even if they're really uncomfortable, to be present with those parts of your inner self or those parts of your shadow that maybe aren't so fun to look at, but to be in a place of pure presence with unconditional love, just pure loving awareness. And there's no judgments to what you're experiencing. There's no reactivity to what you're experiencing. There's no labels for what you're experiencing, just love and just presence. And once you are able to be present with those aspects of you, how can you hold space to bring more love and presence inside of your body? Because even just that simple act and that simple direction of awareness can be a big step to transmuting some of these energies, so that you can heal the root cause of any shame in your body and further expand into the enjoyment, pleasure, and satisfaction of life that you desire and you deserve to experience. How can you associate with the who that you are, the self that you see in the mirror, the self that you talk to inside of your mind, the self you take care of when you're providing for your own physical needs in daily life? How can you have a new way of associating, relating, or connecting with yourself so that it comes from unconditional love? It comes from a place of deep, profound inner wholeness. And as you show up for those parts of you, you don't even have to look at the shame that needs to be healed. It will start to heal at its root cause simply through the power of your presence, through the power of your love, through the power of boldly connecting with all parts of you through that love that you truly are. You are infinite love. You are infinite bliss. You are infinite presence. You are infinite joy. You are infinite worthiness. You are infinite abundance. You are infinite peace. You are infinite freedom. You are infinite power. You are infinite confidence. You are infinite energy of infinite love expressing itself through the infinite miracle of you. And when you work from an expanded identity that connects with your soul essence, your pure consciousness, your expanded awareness, you then have even more power to dive deeper. That's also a component of the journeys that I lead my clients through, is connecting with your expanded identity and getting to know the truth of your soul essence beyond just what you experience, so that you have more power within your identity and your experience, where they're not the same thing. Your identity has nothing to do with your experience, and you get to choose how you associate with yourself in every moment. Thank you for tuning in to Kristin's Quantum Catalyzers. I'm so grateful you're here, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Thank you for joining Kristin's Quantum Catalyzers for this incredible adventure, deep diving into body, mind, and soul through neuroscience, consciousness, and infinite love to be in service to your true self and your best life. If you enjoyed or gained anything from this adventure here, please feel free to share it with someone you know. Give us an amazing rating here on this beautiful platform and stay tuned for upcoming adventures. I look forward to serving and supporting your beautiful pathway of loving liberation.